Welcome back, homeschool parents. This is video number 3 in our planner review series, where I'll give you an inside look into the best homeschooling planners available. If you're new here, come on in and join the party because at the Homeschool Newbie, we help homeschooling parents go from confusion to confidence in their homeschooling journey. In today's video, we'll take a deep dive into the pros and cons of the A+ Homeschool Planner. I'm going to first walk you through what's on the inside of this planner, and then I'm going to talk about some pros and cons that I found. So first of all, the cover's nice. It's soft, a soft back cover, and it's smooth. The design is good. I think it definitely encourages in it kind of a learning feel. A lot of people might be looking for more of a cutesy design, and this is definitely not cutesy. It's more of education type style. So let's take a look inside. And it says it's for up to 6 students, and this one is undated. So that means you can start any time of the year, and which is especially nice for a lot of homeschool parents who they often don't start in August or September like traditional, or sometimes they take breaks, and this way you can have more flexibility. So we have the table of contents, and we come to this how to use this planner section, which is really useful. She goes into lots of detail of how to use each section of the planner, and even gives you examples of how you might fill it in. And of course, everything is flexible. These are just examples. You can obviously adapt them to how you want to use them in your homeschool. Okay, and so the first section is the calendar section, and this is meant to give you a year glance of important dates that you want to remember. Maybe you could even write down goals that you want for the month, or if you do unit studies, you can write down the unit. Really, you just use it for anything you need to look at the whole year at once. It has a lot of, throughout the whole book, it has quotes and tips, which I thought were helpful and fun, a fun addition. So we come to goals for the year. This helps you get organized with purposes of your homeschool, and it gives you space for up to 6 students. It even leaves a space for your own goals. And we have, again, a tip here. Okay, so this is the month section, and this will repeat for 12 months. So we have all the months together, and then we'll go into the weeks. So we have Sunday through Saturday, months of the year. You fill in the days depending on when you start. There's a small section if you'd like to take attendance for that month, and a small section for notes. And the same thing all the way over here. So a couple things. There's not a lot of space to write in here, but if you are small and you don't have a lot to plan in your month overview, this is fine. Also, it's a little bit small in the notes section here, but it definitely makes up for it during your week section, and I'll show you about that in our week sections. So we come to our first week. So this is the last month, and then we have our first week, week 1. So it has Monday through Saturday and Sunday, and it's nice that it has this section because a lot of planners don't include Saturday and Sunday, which is great for homeschoolers who make up on the weekends, or they even have it as a regular part of their homeschool to practice on Sunday or Saturday. And then you have up to 6 rows here, which could be students, it could be subjects, just depends on what your goals are. It has little check boxes here that you can tick off and check off anything you want to. And then each week will come with an extras page. It's kind of like a notes page, but it's divided into 6 sections, and so you can write down for each child or you can divide it up into subjects. Again, anything you want to do. And then we have a grades page for each week. And you can write the subject, the grade, and for up to 6 students, which I thought was very generous for a planner to dedicate a full page of grades per week. A lot of younger students might not find this as useful as older students who might be in high school. Just keep that in mind. If you have a high school student that you need to write more detailed grades on, this might be a very good planner for you. So, and then we repeat. We go all the way to the end of the book, of the planner. So until we get to the year in review section, just making sure. Yep, okay. Year in review, and you have 6 sections for 6 students, or again, whatever you would like to divide that in, and even a space for you to write your own review here. So you can write maybe what you liked, what you didn't like for the year, and maybe some plans for next year. And then we have a couple of note pages. And there's a resource page where you can look up these different resources, and it has websites and, you know, forums and books and organizations that you can look into, which is interesting. I haven't seen that in other planners. And acknowledgements in the about the author and some blank pages. You could probably even use that for notes as well. So yes, so very fun. This planner was a great, very organized. I'm going to go over some pros that I enjoyed while I was reviewing this. So a lot of the pages were easy to write. There's a lot of space to write. The months were a little bit tight, but that was just meant for an overview. But during the week, there's plenty of space to write. The book is large, but even though, well, so it's great that it's large because there's plenty of space to write, but even though it is a large book, it's fairly lightweight. It's not so heavy you can't take it with you while you're traveling or on a field trip or something like that. The design inside is very straightforward, the way it's laid out. You know, there's a how to use section, a calendar month section, and then week section, and a conclusion at the end, which is it flows very logically, I think. And we have a lot of the grade sections. So if you have older students, or I mean, if you even want to record a lot of grades for your younger students, there's definitely a lot of space throughout the whole book. So if there's 52 weeks, there's 52 pages for you to write these grades here. And like I mentioned, it's really cool that it has a how to use page with examples in here. And that's not as common in planners. And so it definitely holds your hands on how to use this planner. And then it has cute, fun quotes and useful tips every opportunity it gets, really, each page, which is really cool as well. Okay, some cons to this. So the notes at the end, even though there's quite a bit of space for notes throughout, there's not as much at the end. I think if I counted right, I think there's about 2 pages. Yeah, 2 pages here that were lined. You could get away with maybe turning these ones into some extra note pages as well, but maybe seeing a little more note pages at the end, because this another con is it doesn't have a ton of the extra pages like field trips and book lists or book log, reading logs, curriculum organization, or that kind of thing. So maybe turning some of the note pages into those lists was the intention. And you can use the back of the book to do some things that you missed for the extra pages that are missing in this. The design is a little bit plain, and you know, that's a con depending on who you are. Sometimes people aren't looking for like a frilly design. It's super distracting. So if you don't mind a plain design, this is actually great, you know. But if you are looking for one, that can be maybe a setback for you. But that's really it for the cons on this. There's not very many. I really enjoyed this planner, and I hoped you enjoyed flipping through this with me. And thank you.
If you're feeling excited about getting organized this school year, grab my homeschooling starter kit over at homeschoolnewbie.com. Also, don't miss the other homeschooling planners that I'll be reviewing in this series in our YouTube channel. You can find all of these resources in the description below. Thanks for watching.